Well, hi Aries, welcome to Universal Guidance Tarot. It is time for your reading. Wow, we're already, can you believe it? Coming right up. So I've shuffled these cards very well. I'm going to shuffle them, just a few more times. This is a two-part reading. The overall energy of your reading will be in the middle of the first part of the reading. So Aries, let's find out what you can expect coming up in your life. This is a reading. Okay, the overall energy of your reading is the Two of Wands. So the energy of this card is holding the staff of fresh starts and new beginnings with one hand and holding the world with the other hand. So you're ready to move forward. You would like to enter a new life cycle. And in this card, you are contemplating what that might look like. So let's read on. Let's find out why this card surrounds your entire reading. Up here in your highest energy is the Magician. So, first off, there's the infinity symbol. That is the symbol of intuition and knowing. This card is in your highest energy. Your intuitions are running high. So listen to what yourself is telling you. And if you have questions, listen to what yourself is telling you, because you probably have a lot of those answers right within you, okay? So you have all these tools at your disposal. You have a giant cup of love. You have a pentacle for security and stability. You have a wand of fresh starts and new beginnings and passion. And you have a sword for truth and for clarity. So you have everything it takes to move forward in this new life cycle. Right next to the Magician is the Eight of Wands. This is communication, back and forth. It's through the air. So be text, phone calls, emails, video chat, something like that. And this is back and forth. And quite a lot of it going on here. Now, the Magician is pointing to your new life cycle that you so much want to enter. This communication is going to help you get there. On the other side of the communication, all that communication, the Eight of Wands, is the Moon. This is the card for Gemini, so Gemini might be strong in your chart or in somebody else's around this reading. But this is about things that have been hidden to be revealed. It's like night turning to day. It is like things being exposed. Like you didn't know the lobster was going to crawl out here, or you didn't even know it was there until it crawled out. So things are going to be exposed through all this communication, and this is going to help you to move into this new life cycle. But you're going to know how to handle this. You're going to know how to go about this. You're going to have a plan, okay? So follow what yourself is telling you. Under the Magician is the Queen of Cups. Now this is water, so this could be Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer that might be strong in your chart or in someone else's chart around this reading. So that gives us 2 for Pisces so far, if we're counting. But the energies is what's most important. All these cards are male or female, and what the Queen is doing is trying to find those answers. So some of your questions, and I knew you had questions, are going to be about love, because cups are love. This is the only cup in the deck with a lid on it, and there's little windows all the way around. Inside that cup are answers to love questions. So you do have questions about love. Maybe you're wondering if there's somebody that you can take with you, or you're trying to find your path forward or your new life cycle that will lead you to love. So on the other side of the Two of Wands here is the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords, very actionable card. It's right under the Moon card, things to be revealed. Well, this it's like it's going to give you energy. It's like, drinking a bunch of caffeine or something. Once you get your knowledge, once you get your answers, and all this conversation takes place, and you know how you're going to go about to move into your new life cycle that you so much want to do, you're going to do it. And you're going to go in, with your sword up, because remember, swords are truth and clarity, and self-protection. When they're up like this, that is for self-protection too. And you're going to rush right out and do it, because whatever you needed to know comes to light in order for you to do this. Under the Queen of Cups is the Justice card. This is the card for Libra. So Libra might be strong in your chart or someone else's chart around this reading. But your sword's up here again. So you are in self-protection, seeking truth and clarity, and you're trying to get your life or keep your life balanced. So you want to move forth into a new life cycle. You need to maintain your balance in doing so, and this is something that you really want to do. And I think through all this conversation, you're able to do that. The Justice card being under the Queen of Cups, there was something to do with love that has thrown your scales off balance or could throw them off balance. But you're like being very careful to not let that happen. The Hangman is right next to the Justice card and right under the Two of Wands. The Hangman is very spiritual. It's what I call the card of enlightenment. The head is all lit up. So I like to take a deeper look, around this Hangman. First off, what the universe is trying to enlighten you about is you're ready. There is a new life cycle waiting for you. You will find your way. And also, the Justice card is that you are in self-protection mode. You're going to stay balanced. You're really focused on how you are going about moving into this new life cycle. The Hangman is also next to the Hermit. And the Hermit is another very spiritual card. This is the card for Virgo, so Virgo might be strong in your chart or someone else's around this reading. But the Hermit is saying, listen to the Hangman. Hangman is the card of enlightenment. And the Hangman here is showing me that you are going to go forth into a new life cycle, maintaining your balance and your self-protection. But I think you're going to move fast into this new life cycle here. This Hermit is right below the Knight of Swords. Let me take out the second part of this reading and see what else we need to know from you, Aries. So you're moving into a new life cycle. It has been a full moon, I'm not sure if it's a full moon tonight or not. But maybe perhaps that's what gets everything in motion. You're going to use your sword, and you're going to use your cup. You're going to use your pentacles, and you're definitely using your staff. You're using all your tools. So up here, in your highest energy is the Fool. Now, this is like bouncing along in life, with throwing caution to the wind. It's kind of like with your head in the clouds. It's fun. It's carefree. But, usually the Fool, and why it's called the Fool, is they end up finding themselves at the edge of a cliff because they're not looking forward. They're looking up. So the thing is I feel like you've kind of come to a crossroads, and you're coming to this crossroads in your life. And I think you're getting ready to look forward, and I think that is the new life cycle that you want to enter. This Fool energy is right next to the Seven of Swords. So I think you were more interested in seeing what you can get rather than what you can do with your life. You know what I mean? It's like, this is sometimes the Seven of Swords can be deceitful behavior. It can be lies, stealing, cheating, taking, not giving. I kind of have this feeling like you were just kind of taking some things for granted, but you're changing, and it feels like you really want to enter a new life cycle. You're ready. You're just ready. You're finding yourself at the edge of the cliff after living in the energy of the Fool, living so carefree, and I don't know for how long, probably quite some time. And you're just ready to become more grounded and more secure. We have the Chariot on the other side of the Seven of Swords. That's why I know you want to leave that energy behind. The Chariot is the card for Cancer, so Cancer might be strong in your chart or around this reading. So we have 2 for Cancer with the Queen of Cups and 2 for Pisces. But the energy is what's most important. Those Sphinxes there, all you have to do is snap those reins and you can get up and book, and you can move. You can move into this life cycle really, really fast. You do have all the tools, and I see you're going to be using all your tools to do this. So you're moving forward from this energy of just kind of taking what you can take from life, really just kind of throwing caution to the wind. I have the 8 of Pentacles under the Fool energy and next to the Knight of Swords, rushing out there. No, I think you're taking charge of your life is what you're doing. So you're putting your nose to the grindstone and you're starting to build on your future, on your security and your stability with these pentacles here, really focused. So that's quite different than living in the energy of the Fool. And the energy of the Fool would not be doing this. Energy of the Fool is more like taking every day as it comes, you know. It really can be fun, but, you know, like I say, the Fool usually ends up on the edge of that cliff. So you're going to be focusing on your security, your stability. I think you've spent a lot of time on your own here. I have the Four of Swords under the Seven of Swords and next to the Eight of Pentacles. And so this card is very spiritual. See the stained glass windows. This is about meditating, praying, soul searching. It's like a lot of soul searching going on here. And this is about the truth and the clarity. And I think you're realizing you're not going anywhere. It's like in the energy of the Fool, it's like it looks like you're bouncing along, but you're really not going anywhere because you're looking up. You're not looking forward. So now you're looking forward. And you're deciding that you want to focus and work on your life, on your security, on your future, on your stability. And so, you know, spending time alone, self-reflection, I feel like you're just finding the, you know, maybe all this communication, it could be with your guardian angels and spirit guides. It might not even be with a particular person. But next to this Four of Swords over here, we have the Nine of Wands, and that Nine of Wands is under the Chariot. So I feel like you're at your wit's end. It's like you're tired of living in the energy of the Fool. You're tired of healing, because the Four of Swords is a healing card. You have to heal from this energy of the Fool. You got yourself into something or whatever. But all these wands, these are wands of fresh starts and new beginnings. And it's like they're actually holding you up. You're not holding it up. So you've kind of reached the end of your rope here. And that's what it usually takes for people to really want to make a change in their life sometimes. And I feel like this is one of those cases. Now, if this is sounding like you're reading, it probably is. If it's not sounding like you're reading, it probably is not. And I would check your moon sign because that is your private and emotional self. So let's keep reading. Under the Eight of Pentacles, building your future, focusing on, you know, what that's going to look like. I have the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is right on the back side of the Hermit here. There might have been somebody in your life, male or female, that might have had air in their chart. You might have air in your chart, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. So that gives us, where's Gemini? I thought, oh, we don't have Gemini here. So maybe it is Gemini. So this is the energy, male or female, of having your sword up in self-protection, like you do here at the Knight of Swords, and having your hand out. It's like you're speaking your truth, and you're seeking truth. And this is major. I think this is all part of that communication up here. And I think it's major in you figuring out how you want to move forward in your life. You have been dealing with this burden of not, I don't think, knowing of how to come out of this Nine of Wands energy of like feeling, you know, at your wit's end. But you're going, the 10 is great because the 10 comes after the 9. Now the figure is all hunched over. There's no 11, and you will be able to drop those wands. Matter of fact, you're going to have to drop those wands because they just get too heavy. And this is under all this self-meditation, this soul-searching or praying that you've been doing about what you're going to do with yourself in your future, how your new life cycle, what it's going to look like, what you want it to look like, and how you're going to get there. A lot of questions going on here, but you're finding your way. I think you're really looking for love. I think you're kind of at your wit's end with whatever you're doing hasn't been working, and I think you're ready for love. I think you're discovering that you have this giant cup of love in your heart. Now remember the Magician and your highest energy here. Look at that cup sitting right there on the table. you have it. And I think you want to be able to share it with someone. So I think that's part of this new life cycle. Besides the fact that you're looking for security and stability in your life, and you're going to find it because you're using all your tools here. And I think you will be entering a new life cycle. So let me pull out the bottom card. Oh, now Gemini. No wonder, I'm like, what did I say? Gemini. There it is. This is the card for Gemini. The lovers. There is a divine soulmate out there. Oh man, that you've been lovers with in another life. Okay? Your guardian angels and spirit guides are trying to bring you together. That's what you feel. That's why you want to move into a new life cycle now. You can feel them getting closer. And you want to get closer. You've been lovers in another life. There's going to be such a spiritual connection between the two of you when you meet, when you lock eyes, that both of you are going to recognize that. You might not know exactly what that is, but it's because you've been lovers in another life and you're coming across each other's paths again. Now, there might be a soul contract that you need to fulfill with each other. And that is what part of what is going to hidden and is going to be revealed. That you're letting go of this full energy. You start focusing on yourself. You enter this new life cycle. And it's like you're coming to this place where you're going to be able to hand out this huge cup of love that you have in your heart. And so are they. Aries, you're on the path. You're on the right path to beautiful things. Okay? I got to tell you that. So, Aries, thank you for watching Universal Guidance Tarot.